It has begun. Right now, as you listen to this voice, it is already happening. The clock is not just ticking, it's turning to dust. October 23rd is not a date on the calendar. It is the point of no return. The cosmic rupture. Tune into this frequency. This is not a forecast, not a prediction. This is an energetic transmission, an activation code being broadcast directly into your cellular structure. Your entire life, every fall, every rise, every breath has led you to this exact moment. You feel it. The air around you has changed. It has become dense, thick, as if charged with ozone after an invisible storm. The fabric of reality has thinned to its limit. It trembles like a string, ready to emit a new, deafening sound. You are standing on the threshold. These are not just words. This is a vibration that is already changing the geometry of your space, rewriting the very physics of your being. Breathe. Just breathe. You have been preparing for this for an eternity. You feel it in your body, a strange, almost leaden cellular fatigue that sleep cannot cure. This is not an illness, you must understand. It is a shedding of old, worn-out energetic programs. Your body is getting rid of ballast, a fog in your head, as if a soft, dense veil has descended upon your consciousness, preventing you from thinking in your usual, linear way. This is your old mind, shutting down. Its processor cannot handle the new incoming data. You feel a subtle, barely perceptible vibration in your body, especially in your limbs, as if an invisible mechanism is working within you. This is calibration, an adjustment of your personal frequency, a tingling in your palms, a sudden warmth in the center of your chest. These are your centers of creation awakening from slumber. A sudden chill, followed by a wave of heat. This is karmic debris being burned away, old emotional toxins. And that quiet, high-pitched, almost inaudible hum in your ears. It's not tinnitus. It is the sound of the universe's tuning fork, attuning you. I repeat, your body is not sick. It is remembering. It is remembering its original divine blueprint. Your emotions right now are a roller coaster, swinging at a dizzying speed. One moment, you're hit by a groundless, bone-chilling anxiety. You must know, this is not yours. It is the collective fear of the old world, which is in its death throes, feeling its end and screaming into the ether. And the next moment, for no reason at all, you are pierced by a needle of crystalline, almost childlike optimism, a flash of light, a glimpse of that new reality already waiting just beyond the veil. Sudden tears that well up in your throat at the most ordinary moment. This is not weakness. Your body is releasing accumulated pain through water, cleansing its emotional reservoirs. And this deep, gut feeling that something grand, something inevitable is coming. It never leaves you for a second. Even the flashes of anger that seem out of place are a system process, like deleting broken, corrupted files from your operating system. The cosmic rupture on October 23rd is a spotlight that illuminates and pulls to the surface absolutely everything that was hidden in the darkest cellars of your subconscious. To help you understand the mechanics of this process, imagine this. This cosmic rupture is not just an astrological event. It is the awakening of the crystalline grid of consciousness. Your body, your energetic structure, is not just flesh and blood. At its core lies a dormant crystalline structure, a perfect geometric network capable of receiving and transmitting the purest light codes of creation. For a long time, this grid was covered in scale, layers of fear, pain, false beliefs, and karmic programs. It was in a dormant, deactivated mode. Now, on October 23rd, a powerful photonic beam is being directed at Earth, acting like an ultrasonic cleaner. It doesn't just wipe away the scale. It creates a resonance within your internal crystalline structure, causing it to vibrate and awaken. This is a complete reset of the pain matrix and a return to your factory settings, the settings of a pure, radiant, multidimensional being of light. It is happening right now. Why now? Because a critical mass has been reached. A sufficient number of souls on the planet have achieved the necessary level of vibration to make this process irreversible. The planet Earth itself is changing its frequency, shedding its old, dense shell. And you are ready. Your soul chose to be here at this time to experience this awakening. The energy that is coming now is radically different from all past waves. This is not a gentle, lulling flow. It is a fiery, surgically precise beam that acts like a laser scalpel of light. It doesn't suggest, it declares, doesn't heal. It severs everything false, everything artificial, everything that is not your true essence. The awakening of the crystalline grid is not a choice. It is an inevitable evolutionary leap. You cannot stop it. You can either resist and suffer, or surrender and become who you have always been. You see the signs everywhere, even if your mind refuses to acknowledge them. The outside world is screaming to you about the shift. You notice strange, iridescent rainbows where they don't belong, in a cloudless sky. Clouds form into unusual, almost geometric patterns, as if someone is drawing symbols on the canvas of the heavens. You drink ordinary water and suddenly feel that its taste has changed. It has become sweeter, more alive. Silence is no longer just the absence of sound. You've started to notice that silence now sounds, filled with vibration, information, presence. Synchronicity in conversations has reached an absurd level. You just think of something, and the person next to you says it out loud. These are not coincidences. This is your awakening crystalline grid beginning to resonate with the external matrix, and the world starts to mirror your inner state, adjusting to your new frequency, showing you that you are the conductor of this reality. The proof is everywhere and within you. Your body has become an unerring detector of truth. You notice how dramatically your taste preferences are changing. You are no longer drawn to heavy, dead food. Your body, your awakening crystalline structure, craves living, pure, high vibrational energy. Fresh fruits, vegetables, clean water. It begins to physically reject low vibrations. Alcohol, sugar, and meat now feel like poison, causing immediate heaviness and brain fog. Your intuition is sharpened to the level of a superpower. You no longer think or analyze, you just know. You know when to call, where to go, what to say. Your internal compass is calibrated and works flawlessly. And your dreams? They have become vivid, tangible, almost real. There is no more chaos in your dreams. In your sleep, your nervous system is being trained, new light archives are being unpacked, and your consciousness is adapting to multidimensional perception. And look at your relationships. This is the clearest litmus test for the changes taking place. People who were part of your past are beginning to leave your life. Without drama, without quarrels, without conflict. They just quietly disappear, as if the river of your life has gently changed its course and flowed around them. You find that wearing social masks has become not just difficult, but physically unbearable. Any lie, any insincerity causes an almost nauseating reaction, a rejection at the cellular level. You are beginning to physically feel the lies of other people. You sense it as a coldness, a dissonance in the space, sometimes even as an unpleasant, subtle smell. Do not be afraid of this. Your crystalline grid is seeking pure resonance. It automatically removes incompatible files from your field. severing connections with those whose frequency creates interference in your pure sound. You can no longer maintain the illusion. You can only be the truth. Now, let's talk about what your mind considers most important. Finances. The flow of abundance. I declare, all programs of poverty, scarcity, lack, and the struggle for survival are nothing more than low-frequency viruses written onto the hard drive of your subconscious. They are a distorted code that created interference. The awakening of the crystalline grid is the launch of the most powerful antivirus stream you can imagine. This photonic beam, activated on October 23rd, literally burns these viral programs out of your cellular memory. It reformats your financial mindset. You stop chasing money. You stop fighting for resources. You suddenly remember at the deepest level that you are not a receiver. You are the source. You are the generator of reality. And when your inner grid is clear and active, it naturally, effortlessly, attracts all the necessary resources to itself. The flow will open from the most unexpected, most illogical places, because you are no longer seeking it outside. You have become it. And of course, love. Relationships. Your heart is the central crystal in your entire energetic grid. Over the years of your life, it has been covered with scars, cracks, and layers of dust from past disappointments and pain. This cosmic rupture is a laser surgery for your heart. It is a photonic cleansing that gently but irreversibly erases the records of pain, betrayal, and loneliness. All the toxic, karmic connections that held you hooked are falling away. The etheric cords that tied you to past partners are being severed. Your heart is being calibrated to a new frequency, the frequency of unconditional self-love. And then, a miracle happens. You stop looking for a half. You become whole, and your radiant, pure heart crystal begins to attract not those who are meant to teach you through pain, but those who resonate with your wholeness. You attract other free, whole beings. These are no longer relationships of dependency. This is a dance of two free, shining universes that come together to amplify each other's light. And what about you? Your sense of self, who you believe you are. The background anxiety, that constant quiet noise in your head that you thought was part of your personality, will simply disappear. It will dissolve. In its place will come a state of crystalline, diamond-like clarity. For the first time in your life, you will feel what true inner silence is. Not emptiness, no, but a ringing, resonant fullness. A deep, unshakable harmony with yourself and with all that is. You will suddenly realize that the endless inner dialogue that tormented you for years has ceased. Your true creative power will awaken, not to prove something to someone, but as the natural breath of your soul. You will simply begin to create your life, your environment, your state of being. This is your new operational state as a creator. It's as if, in a house where all the windows had been boarded up for decades, they were suddenly thrown wide open, and fresh, clean air and sunlight flooded in. But there is a price. There is always a price for true transformation. You cannot simply ascend to a new level. Before your crystalline grid is fully activated, the system must delete all old, corrupted files. And this process is a fiery purification. It is necessary. Understand, it's like a fever before a complete healing. The body raises its temperature to burn off a virus. In the same way, your energetic system raises its vibrations to the limit to burn out everything that does not match the new frequency. It will be painful. It will be uncomfortable. You cannot build a shining temple on a rotten, swampy foundation. The foundation must be burned clean. Everything you clung to, everything you thought you were, will be called into question. Embrace this fire. Do not be afraid of it. It has not come to destroy you, but to set you free. It is at this peak moment of purification that the system will give you a final exam. From the deepest depths of your being, a shadow will rise. All your suppressed fears, all the anger, all the old guilt and shame will erupt to the surface with monstrous force. Your ego will scream in panic. It will beg you to return to the old, familiar, understandable ways. At the same time, the external world will begin to provoke you. People, even those closest to you, will unconsciously test you, push your most painful buttons, try to devalue your feelings, and pull you into the familiar drama, into the old scripts of victim or aggressor. This is the final test. Will you maintain the state of the observer? Will you be able to avoid getting involved in this storm? Can you simply watch as your old personality burns in the fire without identifying with it? This is a deep clean before installing new software. Do not interfere with the process. So what should you do during these days, at the peak of October 23rd? The answer is paradoxically simple. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your task is to become a total, loving, compassionate observer. Do not interfere. Do not analyze. Do not try to control. Just sit on the bank of the river of your life and watch as it carries away all the debris of the past. Be in silence as much as you possibly can. Turn off the external noise, news, social media, empty talk. Your system needs silence to calibrate. Drink plenty of pure, living water. Water is a liquid crystal. It is the best conductor for the new light codes that are now entering your body. And most importantly, trust the process completely. Even if fear arises, even if it hurts, breathe through it. Observe it. Don't try to run away. Allow this fire to do its work. Your only action is non-action. Your only task is not to interfere with your own rebirth. And there are things you absolutely, categorically, must not do during this time. First and foremost, do not engage in conflict. Any conflict, any argument, any judgment is an immediate cancellation of the installation process, a rollback to the old, viral version of your operating system. You will just be draining the precious energy given to you for transformation into the black hole of the old matrix. Second, do not try to analyze what is happening with your mind. Your old processor, your logic, is not designed to comprehend a quantum shift. By trying to understand, the mind will cause panic. It will insist that you are going crazy. Turn off the analyst. And third, do not cling to the old. Not to people, not to things, not to habits, not to beliefs. If something is leaving, let it go with gratitude. Your hand must be completely empty so that you can receive the gifts the universe has prepared for you. You cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. And when the storm subsides, and it will subside, there will be silence. Not just silence, but a deep, velvety, all-encompassing stillness. You will feel an incredible lightness in your body, as if a multi-ton weight you've carried your whole life has been lifted. A ringing clarity will dawn in your mind. The system has rebooted. The awakening of the crystalline grid of consciousness is complete. The new operating system is activated. For the first time, you will feel what it means to live without internal conflict. A complete synchronization of your soul, your mind, and your body will occur. They will begin to sound in unison, like a perfectly tuned orchestra. And from this silence, from this harmony, you will look at the world with new eyes. And you will understand that you were never a victim. You were never a small, frightened person. Welcome home. You are the creator. This is who you are.